You know how you always hear about those deals that are probably too good to be true? Well, let's say someone offers you a deal on cleaning the ducts in your home, you know, your air conditioning ducts, and they show up, you know, a couple $100, they show up with just one little piece of equipment. How reputable do you think that is? Let's talk to the reputable people here. Jamie Burns, who is the comfort consultant at Foster's Heating and Air. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
It's good to see you. You know, I enjoy coming out here to seeing you because, you know, we learn something different every day. You know, air conditioning and heating here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, I mean, it's kind of a way of life. We got to have it.
You have to have it.
But looking at this is what you need basically to properly clean the heat and air ducts in a home, correct?
That's exactly it. The whole point of the duct cleaning is a person usually has an issue, whether it's a breathing issue, allergies, or whatever. So you want to get in and you want to really do a complete job of the unit. One of the most important things is to clean the unit itself. The air handler, and I have one over here, has several components to it. It has a coil down here that cools, and then it has the blower. To properly clean the unit, this blower should be removed and totally cleaned, and chemically cleaned. Then what we do with our machine here, you do a really good cleaning job. You will hook this HEPA vacuum with this end here attaching to your supply air. Now it draws everything back into this unit. We will then go through the house, close up all the vents with covers, and now, one at a time, we'll use one of these styles of wand to clean the duct. This is the type we'd use on a metal ducting system.
Right.
And then we have a more gentle one like this, which uses compressed air on the flexible duct systems. This makes sure that we don't tear or damage any duct. So as we go through one at a time, we run the wand through. It's collecting all the trash back into here. We seal it up, go to the next one. You'll do every one of them in the same fashion. It requires a large compressor, as you can see, in order to give the
briefcase.
Yeah, no, that would be a little tough. That gives you the kind of pressure you need to knock that debris loose and get it back to that unit. The air wand uses long stretches of air hose like that, and it's a very noisy process. You'll hear a lot going on when this is running.
Yeah, we couldn't turn this on to show you because you wouldn't hear us at all.
You wouldn't be able to hear us. No. Now, one of the other things we do, we talk about chemical cleaning of the system. We do use a product called BBJ, and what this product is, and if you have anybody coming in to give you products that are going to go into your system, know that you're going to be lining your ducts with a product. Ask them for the sheets, the MSDS sheets, which identify the chemicals in it. The last thing you want to do if you have breathing issues is introduce some chemical into your system that you're not sure of. Ours are totally EPA approved for hospital use, and it really only requires a unit like this. This creates the fogging mist that is the very last thing that we'll do. We'll run this through the house. They suggest that you be out of the house for a little bit. We're not talking hours, we're talking a little bit. I don't even smell it on a job. Most people don't. But it puts a thin coating inside that's a microbial inhibitor. There is another thing that we at Foster's do. We have found over time that even with the best, absolute cleanest duct cleaning you get, there's a chance that somewhere in this process there's going to be something that comes free. Because you've sent a lot of vibration through it and everything else. So what we do, we take this filter media, and before we put your louvers back up, your grills back up, we'll put this in behind it and screw it on. Now it'll look goofy for a few weeks. You will see it, but what this allows is that anything that comes free will get caught into this. We return in 3 weeks and we'll pull these out. Generally you won't see anything, but on occasion you'll find a little fleck of something, so we do it just to go that extra step. Another thing I can show you is the kind of debris you can expect to find in a unit. This is I told the guys not to clean it out after the last job. You can get an idea of what...
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
That is
what,
nasty.
what comes through. You got to remember that anything that goes into your system has the potential to end up in here. So that's a typical home. And another thing that's very, very important, if you wanted someone out to inspect your system, make sure they look at the ductwork. If you feel you have dust and debris, there's a couple things that may be where the louvers screw up to the unit. There's a metal box, which is where the supply comes in. There may be gaps around it, and the dirt you see up there may be from the attic air penetrating in those little gaps between the sheetrock and that metal box. And with that cold air coming through, it'll draw that warmer air from the attic, and being cold and warm together, a little bit of moisture will build up, then the debris will stick to it, and people will think, oh my gosh, it's mold, it's deadly there. But it's usually just dust and dirt and debris.
Right.
We also always are looking at the quality of the ductwork. You want to get up in that attic, walk the entire system, make sure there's no openings. Critters get up there and you just can never tell. There may be small tears that are bringing in outside things. So without getting in the attic and doing a complete inspection of the system, even with the fanciest equipment, you're not going to get your money's worth.
Now,
So
how often, Jamie, would it be good to clean out your system?
yeah, I think probably industry would tell you about every 10 years.
Okay.
A lot depends on the type of house you keep. If you've got a lot of pets, if you've got somebody that's super allergy prone, it may be sooner. But that 10 years is probably a good threshold on that.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised how much pet dander will collect in those things.
Yes, it will.
A period of time.
Yes, it will.
Can you take like one of the vents things? I know mine at my home or on my floor. Can you take one off, kind of look down in there and see yourself?
You can get a general idea. You can either, well, especially with floor vents, you must be in an older home. You can vacuum those out on a regular basis. There's things you can do to help yourself out. You don't have to be an expert to take care of the basics. We want to help the people that really need the help. You need to, it doesn't hurt to reach down in there with a clean cloth and see what kind of debris you come up with.
Thank you so much.
Well, I
really
appreciate it.
informative. If you'd like some more information about that, there's the number, 497-2285. They are the home of the old reliables. Foster's Heating and Air have been around here for quite a while. And when you want somebody dependable, someone that you can trust to give you a great deal and do what's right for your home, you want to call the folks here at Foster's Heating and Cooling, duct cleaning and sanitizing, located in Goshen.